Sekeres and Price from Wall Center and a presentation of Applewood Auto Group. We have come to S versus P, our weekly debate segment, and there is fantastic news, everybody. I'm on a roll. 2 straight wins. Absolutely obliterated him last week. Will Nils Höglander be in the opening night lineup? I argued yes. He argued no. 68% of you on Twitter agreed with me. And then there was YouTube. God bless you, YouTube.
YouTubers love Matt Sekeres.
36-3.
Do they? Do they?
Yeah, YouTubers do. Yeah, it saved him on a couple of splits in this segment in the opening couple of months.
I wouldn't say love, but they have been a kinder group to me. Thank you, YouTube.
Yes.
Damn Twitter. So that's 4-7-3 for me on the year, digging out of this early hole. And, of course, it's brought to you by our friends at LiUNA 1611, BC's Laborers Union. They have contractors looking for their members to hire today. Check out 1611.ca. LiUNA 1611 has your back. Today's question: should the Canucks start the season with Vasily Podkolzin? Now, Blake is going to specify here, this is not lineup, it's just roster. Although with their cap situation, I think there's only going to be one spare forward. He will be arguing yes. I will be arguing no. Of course, you all will decide, and we ask you to vote on who made the better argument here. We're not asking your opinion, so please listen and vote accordingly. Mediator Grady Sass presiding. 2 minutes. He's got a gavel now, though.
I don't want to have to use it, so stay within the time limit.
2 minutes each. Blake, I'm going to shoot first here.
Okay. All right.
All right, Matt. Your 2 minutes.
Hold on. I got to get my clock up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
body
lest there
clock.
be a discrepancy in the clock. No one wants that. All right.
Okay. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Vancouver Canucks don't owe Vasily Podkolzin anything. They owe it to their fans and to their organization to put the best 12 forwards on the ice, carry the best 13 forwards. And right now, sadly, he's not one of them. Besides, he ain't ready. He's showing us that. Very quiet again last night in Seattle. Tocchet praised his effort level, but that in and of itself is a red flag. He's that unnoticeable despite a full effort? Not a great sign. Jack Studnicka has had a terrific camp, and like Podkolzin, he's a bigger body he can move. He can also play center. Dakota Joshua has responded to Tocchet's tough love in the last 2 preseason games, and there's just no way Podkolzin is unseating any of the top 9 wingers. He's just not at that level yet. Let's stop forcing the matter with this guy. I realize he's a top 10 pick, but if he shows you he's not ready, take the evidence. Govern accordingly. Now, the other red flag here is that Tocchet criticized his reads. Now, that tells me this is a player questioning himself out there on the ice, unsure, lacking confidence. As an old Canucks coach once told us, the NHL is not a developmental league. That's the American Hockey League. Podkolzin needs more time, and there's plenty of ice available in Abbotsford where he can play in all situations, learn more, recapture that confidence. I'm not writing him off here by any stretch. He's still young. But let's not force this issue. We tried that last year, and he got demoted to Abbotsford. Let's not repeat the same mistake.
Well done.
Okay.
All right, Blake.
Like the
You might want to turn your microphone on.
jury to know that, once again, I left more time on the clock. I value yours. I can make my argument in less than 2 minutes.
Concise. To the point.
Can we go?
Yes. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Preseason is an imperfect beast, folks. We know this. It's not worthless at all, but let's face it, your team might be icing an AHL lineup versus an NHL squad or vice versa, and the comparison is at least apples to oranges, if not apples to eggs, as Matt would say. For that reason, I think the Canucks owe it to themselves and to the development of Vasily Podkolzin to see him versus NHL competition this season and see it a bunch of times before they make any further decisions on him. Overall, yes, he needs to be playing, and some might say the AHL is best for that. He has just turned 22 after all, but at the same time, he's old enough that you need to see if rubber is hitting the road. You need to see him in real action with real consequences at the NHL level. This is a kid who has always performed on the biggest stage when given to him. Not necessarily with goals and assists, as we warned you from the get-go here when he was drafted, but his World Junior teammates said they'd skate through a brick wall for this player. He inspires his teammates, and his desire to be better is certainly there. The classroom for him needs to move, though, from the AHL to the NHL. Studnicka, Oman, DiGiuseppe, Dries, these guys are the competition. The guys that have far more AHL games under their belts than NHL games. Let's take a look at a guy who could actually play up in the lineup. His waiver ineligibility goes against him logically, but it also means you can send him down with impunity at any point once you've given him said look. Hey, maybe you don't put him in an opening night lineup versus McDavid and company, but on the road for the following 5 games, why not? Perfect spot away from the criticisms of the home crowd to make the odd mistake, get away with it, and then develop. You don't know until you know, and the Canucks need to know, truly know. So he needs to be on the roster to start the season.
So we're going to let opposing coaches create a matchup nightmare with Vasily Podkolzin. Okay, I got you. Thank you, Blake.
Hey, Grady, he's arguing after me? Like nothing, impunity there? My goodness.
You can have a rebuttal.
If you were Vasily Podkolzin,
I'm allowing it
rebuttal,
today.
No, we've never granted rebuttal. Stop rewriting the rules.
There is no rule book.
I'll say, I like this mediator.
No rule book. What's the rules?
You tell students statistics, there's no rule book. He and many
gosh.
other loyal listeners put a lot of time into crafting the 1040 rule book back in the day.
Unbelievable.
You're still not allowed to talk about your fantasy game, your fantasy leagues, Grady.
And I'll be damned if we hear Mustang Sally.
Or your bad poker beats. All right, for those of you on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Vote accordingly. Look forward to improving to 5-7-3 for next week.
I'll give you those if you stop talking about frickin' Taylor Swift on every damn show.
Taylor Swift is the biggest cultural phenomenon on the planet.
Please.
We would be doing a disservice to all of our listeners who are interested in Taylor Swift and her romance with Travis Kelce by not talking about her. Besides,
Are we TMZ here?
we didn't talk about her today. She made 4 or 5 shows this week. Frankly, we're leaving 20% on the table there.
And you know what she also encourages? People to vote. And that we are
right.
Too.
Please vote.
This clip brought to you by LiUNA 1611, BC Laborers Union. Check out 1611.ca.